On 24 February, Choi was found murdered, with her headless body discovered at a village in Tai Po, a suburb in Hong Kong. Reportedly, some of her body parts were hidden inside a refrigerator, and some of them were cooked.
If you haven't subscribed our channel yet, then subscribe now for daily doses of bone-chilling mysteries to heart-stopping crime cases.
Abby Choi, born on 15 July 1994, was a Hong Kong model, socialite, and influencer who was reported missing on 21 February 2023. 3 days after she was reported missing, on 24 February, Choi was found murdered, with her headless body discovered at a village in Tai Po, a suburb in Hong Kong. Reportedly, some of her body parts were hidden inside a refrigerator, and some of them were cooked. According to the police, a total of 7 suspects have been arrested so far for the murder of Choi. They include her former husband, brother-in-law, and parents-in-law, her former father-in-law's alleged mistress, and 2 of her former husband's friends. Investigations and trials are currently ongoing. Choi debuted as an influencer. Although Choi had already been followed by many on social media accounts for several years, her notability in Hong Kong was still modest as of July 2022. She regularly attended the Paris Fashion Week and had been featured in several magazines including Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and Vogue. Choi had more than 100,000 followers on Instagram. Less than 2 weeks before her death, Choi was featured on the cover of fashion and luxury lifestyle magazine L'Officiel Monaco. Also in that issue is an article praising her as a fashion icon who could mix and match pieces in ways that made her a trendsetter. Choi's personal net worth at the time of her death was estimated by some to be over 100 million Hong Kong dollars. Choi also engaged in philanthropy by co-founding Paomi's charitable organization, a group dedicated to helping stray animals. Choi married Alex Kwong when she was 18 years old and had 2 children during their 3-year-long marriage, which ended in divorce. Later, Choi formed a new family with Chris Tam Fong Chun, whose wealthy father, Tam Chu Kwan, was quite well known as one of the founders of the restaurant chain Tam Jai Yunnan Mixian. Tam and Choi, who held a wedding ceremony in 2016 but never legally married, had 2 children together. Choi maintained a close relationship with ex-husband Kwong and his kin, despite the divorce helping them in every aspect possible. Abby Choi reported missing on 21st February 2023. On 24th February 2023, 3 days after her disappearance, the headless corpse of 28-year-old Choi was discovered at a Tai Po village house in Hong Kong. Reportedly, some of her body parts, like her legs, were hidden inside a refrigerator and some of them were cooked. Her skull and some of her ribs were found in a pot. The police therefore classified the case as murder. She was reported missing after she failed to pick up her daughter from school as she normally did, and she last entered the car driven by her hired driver, who is also her ex-brother-in-law. A meat slicer and electric saw were also found at the scene. After the murder of Choi came to light, the police first arrested 3 suspects on 25 February 2023. One of them was Choi's former brother-in-law, Anthony Kwong Kong Kit, who was her hired driver, while the other 2 were the first suspect's parents, who both used to be Choi's parents-in-law before she divorced her first husband, Alex Kwong Kong Chi. After a citywide manhunt by police, Alex Kwong later became the 4th to be arrested, after he unsuccessfully tried to escape Hong Kong by sea. It was alleged that the death of Choi was masterminded by her former father-in-law, Kwong Kao, a former policeman who was previously accused of rape. The motive was believed to be the result of a money dispute and a luxury apartment believed to be bought by Choi before putting it under her former father-in-law's name. The luxury apartment is located in Kadoorie Hill in Kowloon Tong, one of Hong Kong's most prestigious addresses, and the neighborhood is home to some of the city's wealthiest people. On 26th of February 2023, the police found Choi's severed head and several of her ribs inside a pot of cooked soup. At the same time, the police arrested a fifth suspect in connection to the killing, a 47-year-old Ung Chi-wing, a mistress of Kwang Kao. She was said to have helped hide Alex Kwang before his apparent attempt to flee Hong Kong. On 27 February 2023, the police proceeded with murder charges against Alex Kwang, his brother and father, while charging Alex Kwang's mother with perverting the course of justice. All four suspects, who were officially charged in court, were denied bail and would be held in remand pending investigations. Their cases are adjourned to 8 May 2023. Eng was charged with abetting a murder suspect, but she is currently released on bail. Not only that, it came to light that Alex Kwang was a suspect behind 7 alleged cases of theft that occurred for nearly a decade before Choi was killed and had once absconded despite being scheduled to appear in court in 2015. Hence, Kwang was charged in court for these cases as well. On the 2nd of March 2023, a sixth suspect, 41-year-old Lam Shun, was arrested on suspicion of aiding and abetting Kwang to escape Hong Kong by boat for a payment sum of 300,000 Hong Kong dollars. Lam was an employee of a yacht rental company. Lam, who was charged on the 6th of March, was granted bail. A seventh suspect named Irene Poon Hao Yin, a 29-year-old Hong Konger and friend of Alex Kwang, was also arrested in Shenzhen, China on 7th March for abetting Kwang in his attempted escape from Hong Kong, and she was handed over to the Hong Kong authorities. Poon was charged on 8th March and later granted bail of 50,000 Hong Kong dollars, but she was given a travel ban to prevent her from leaving Hong Kong. The case of Choi's killing brought shock to the whole community of Hong Kong, as well as making headlines internationally. The high-profile nature of the crime has also brought to light several notorious murder cases that happened in the past, including serial killer Lam Kor Wan, whose original death sentence was commuted to life imprisonment, the Braemar Hill murders of 1985, in which 5 youths were convicted of killing the 2 victims, with 2 being imprisoned indefinitely and 3 serving life sentences, and the Hello Kitty murder case of 1999, where 3 persons were sentenced to imprisonment terms of between 18 years and life.